What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Inside the Horseshoe. My name is Matt, and this is the biggest season yet for these Colts players. Now, before I get into exactly who I'm going to talk about, if you're new, please click that subscribe button. It would be awesome if you would do so. Also, click the bell icon. That way you're notified when videos goes up, as well as when we go live on here. I'm wanting to do more live streams, so it would be awesome if you would join me and whoever else I have on stream whenever I do that. Don't know when, but still click the bell icon. That way you're notified when I do so. Also, if you like this video, smack the like button. Don't like smack your phone, but smack the button. That'd be cool. Or tap it, whatever you want to do. No pressure. And also, comment below. Let me know who you think is in a big year right now on the Colts. Who could potentially be released if they don't have a good year? Let me know down below. So I'm going to talk about a few guys here today. Are there more guys than who I'm mentioning? Maybe. If I miss anybody, let me know in the comments. But these players have a really big season. And, some things were caused partially by them, and other things, was things they just simply couldn't control. So I first want to talk about Rocky Sin. Rocky Sin is in a huge year because if he doesn't perform well, whether it's in training camp or during games or whatever, he's done for the Colts. Like, he will be gone. He'll play next season because that's his final year. But after that, he's done. So he's got to really step up because you got Marvell Tell, who is, coming back after opting out. We don't know what Marvell Tell is going to do. He could perform great. He could perform poorly. We don't know. But still, Marvell Tell is going to be battling for that spot. You got TJ Carey, who's going to be battling for that spot. And you got Isaiah Rodgers, who's going to be battling for that spot. So Rock's got some competition. He's going to have to step up, and he's going to have to perform well. Because if he doesn't, like I said, you're either on the bench or you're gone, and you're going to have to look for a new team. He's had some issues. He's had some struggles. If he didn't have these things, Eberflus wouldn't come out and say that, the third cornerback spot is up for grabs, because obviously Rhodes, that's going to be your cornerback number one. And then obviously Kenny Moore, our slot corner, best slot corner in the NFL. He's cornerback number two. So who's number three? It's a pretty big position to fill because they're going to be on the field a lot. I don't know. That's why Rocky Sin has to perform really well during training camp. And then he's got to perform well during the season. Because here's the thing. Let's say he doesn't do great. And let's say Marvell Tell doesn't do great. And some of the other guys doesn't do great. You could bring in a guy like Richard Sherman. I could totally see Richard Sherman being brought in. So if Sherman is not brought in to the, team, Rock's got to perform. He's got to step up, and he's got to show that, hey, I can be a starting cornerback in the league. Cornerback is not an easy position to play. It really isn't an easy position to play because, it takes some time to develop. And, Rock, I think, has what you want in a corner. He's just got to put it together. And if he can put it together and he can perform well, congratulations. You're on the team for a long time until you just don't perform well. But if he doesn't show up and perform where he needs to perform, he might be on a new team in 2 years. So he is somebody who is in a huge year for the Colts because, this could be it for him. Now, I do want to move on to another guy. This is somebody that I think is more obvious to other people outside of Colts media and just the fandom in general, and that is Carson Wentz. And I think a lot of people in Colts Nation also says, hey, this is a big season for him. The reason why I'm saying this is a huge year for Carson, even though we did trade for him and we're stuck with him for at least 2 seasons if he performs poorly. Now, after year 2 with us, we can let him go. Doesn't really affect us in the cap. So there is that. But he's got to perform really well because look at the team he's going to be on. He's got a great offensive line. He's got a great group of receivers. Tight ends, great group. Running backs, maybe the best group in the NFL, if not second. It's really them or Cleveland. It really is. And then you got a really good defense, top 10, top 5, potentially, defense in the NFL. You got a great coach. You got a great owner. You got a great general manager. This is going to be the best place for most quarterbacks to go to. If Carson Wentz does not perform well, where is he going to go and perform well? I don't know. There really isn't a whole lot of other options out there. I mean, maybe Cleveland. They got a really good offensive line. They got good group of receivers, some of the best in the NFL. great running back room, great group of tight ends. It's a great team. It really is. This is not the Cleveland Browns from like 3 years ago, even. This is a much different Cleveland Browns. So maybe he can go there. But really, Carson Wentz, this is the perfect spot for him. He's got a coach that can coach career years out of his quarterback. So you look at Andrew Luck, might have had his best season yet. His 1 year with Frank Reich. Then you look at Jacoby Brissett, maybe his best season, played really well for, I would say, the first 7 weeks. And then he had injured, and, we saw how that went. Then Phillip Rivers comes from the Chargers, throwing 20 picks to 11, almost cuts it in half, plays much better, looks really good. Wish we would have him for another year. I really do. I love Carson, but I really do wish we could have saw more of Phillip, but whatever. So Carson, I think Frank Reich can get the best out of Carson, but if Carson Wentz just bombs, you're done. I'm sorry, Carson, you're done in the NFL. I really don't see another team taking you and making you look good. So you got to come out there and you got to perform well. You really do. He doesn't have to perform like he did in 2017. He doesn't have to. I want to see 2019 Carson Wentz, right? A guy that can throw 4,000 yards, throw 30 something touchdowns, 7 interceptions. I want to see something like that. Bump up the touchdowns, of course. I want to see a Carson Wentz that can go out there and just perform well. I would love 2017. I would love better than 2017, but it's his first year in Indianapolis. I'll take 2019. But if he stinks, hit the road, you're gone. Jacob Eason, Sam Ellinger, one of you guys, it's your time to shine. But yeah, Carson Wentz, it's a huge year for Carson. This might be the biggest season out of any player on the Colts. If not, he might have the most pressure on himself than any other player has on themselves. This is a huge year for Carson Wentz. If he doesn't do well, he's not going to be a starting quarterback probably for much longer. But if he performs well, Colts are in a good position. Then let's go on to another guy who injuries have really affected this guy, and it is Paris Campbell. This is a big year in the sense of he needs to go out there and show what he has in him. Because if he gets out there and he gets hurt again, which would be just completely unfortunate, if he gets hurt again, I really don't see Chris Ballard keeping him, even though he has so much potential. Because I think Paris Campbell could come out and just absolutely dominate. He can get you 1,000 yards. He really can. He's got the speed. He's got the great footwork. He's got the explosiveness. He's not easy to, cover. He's a difficult receiver to contain. He's one of those receivers that is going to have big numbers when he's on the field. But he has been hurt a lot. This is why it's a big year, because if he can stay healthy and he can put up not even like huge numbers, but really good numbers, right? This guy is going to be on the Colts for a while. And I understand a lot of people might say, no, it's not the biggest year for him. He's dealt with injuries and I get it, but you got to take that into consideration, because if he gets hurt again or if he just doesn't perform well because of the injuries, I can't really see him being on the team much longer either. It's a big year for him. It's a big year for Paris Campbell. I do expect Paris Campbell to just dominate. He looked great last year before the injury. It's just injuries, man, they suck, and it really affects you. Some players, they just get plagued with injuries and it just ruins their career, and they show so much potential and then just goes down the drain. I really hope that doesn't happen to Paris Campbell. I really hope he can go out there and perform. It's a big season because of that. It's a huge year because if he can stay healthy and perform really well, or even just well, he'll be on this team for a while. But if he doesn't, then unfortunately, that's the end for, Paris Campbell in Indianapolis. But watch, he'll have that happen to him. He'll be released and he'll go to another team, get 1,500 yards receiving, 50 touchdowns. He'll just be dominant. Just watch. That's just the luck we'll have, right? Where he'll go to another team and just absolutely destroy. I don't know. But I'm really hoping that he can come out and dominate like I know he can. So there you have it. These guys are in a huge season. Carson Wentz, Rock Ya-Sin, Paris Campbell. big years for these guys. I think they're going to perform really well. I think Rock is going to surprise a lot of people. I think Carson is just going to show that, hey, I was in a bad situation. I'm going to dominate and I'm going to be one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. And then Paris Campbell's going to show that, hey, I'm one of the more explosive, weapons that you can have on a team. I think these guys are going to do really good things. Could I be wrong? Absolutely. I don't believe I will, though. A lot of question marks, sure, but I think we're going to be very, very happy with their results. So thank you so much for watching. If you're new, please hit the subscribe button. It would be awesome if you would do so. Also, click that bell icon. That way you're notified when videos goes up, as well as when we go live on here. If you like this video, smack that like button, but not too hard, because we don't want you to break your equipment. And let me know down below on who you think are in their biggest years yet. Did I miss somebody? I'm sure I did. Let me know down below. So thank you very much for watching. I've been Matt, Bleed Blue, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you like it, make sure you watch one of these other two videos. They're cool. Also, if you're new, please click the subscribe button as well as the bell icon. I greatly appreciate your support.